In this video, I'll explain to you how we define high, middle and low blocks and attacks in Taekwondo. As a Taekwondo practitioner, it's useful for you to know how we define high, middle and low techniques in Taekwondo so you can perform them to the correct height. Now in Korean, we call high 높은데, middle is 가운데, and low is 낮은데. The rules for defining high, middle and low blocks is different to that of high, middle and low attacks, so I'll explain to you the blocks first. When you perform high block, make sure that your fist or your fingertips are at eye level. This is to protect your high section. Now if you're not sure of the three sections of the body as defined in Taekwondo, your high section is from your neck above, your middle section is from your shoulders to your umbilicus, and your low section is below your umbilicus. When you perform middle block, make sure that your fist or your fingertips are at your shoulder level, and this is to protect your middle section. The definition of a low block is not quite as simple as that of a high block or a middle block, because it doesn't refer to one specific height. The definition of a low block is a block used to intercept an attack to your lower abdomen or below. Now generally, the blocking tool will end up level with the target area being attacked. High, middle and low blocks are used to protect the high, middle and low section of your body respectively. But there's no need to use the word section when you name these techniques. So avoid using the name high section, middle section or low section block. Just call it a high block, middle block or a low block. And in fact, in the Taekwondo encyclopedia, there's no reference to these techniques being called high section, middle section or low section blocks. High attacks are defined slightly differently to high blocks. When you perform a high attack, your attacking tool must be at your eye level. So when you perform high punch, your forefist should be eye level. When you perform flat fingertip thrust, your fingertip should be at eye level. When you perform back fist high side strike, your back fist should be at eye level. But notice how this is different to blocks. When you perform a high block, your fist is at eye level, but the actual blocking tool is slightly below. For middle attacks, your attacking tool should end up at shoulder level. So for example, a forefist middle punch, your forefist will end up at shoulder level. And for a knife hand middle side strike, your knife hand will end up at shoulder level. For low attacks, your attacking tool ends up at your umbilicus level. So for example, when performing a forefist low punch, your forefist will end up at your umbilicus level. Specifying an attack as high, middle and low doesn't actually give you a good indication of which section of the body you're aiming for. So for example, a high punch could be aiming for the high section, middle section or even low section. It depends on the height of the opponent and whether they're standing, sitting or kneeling down. So here are some examples. Here is a high punch aiming for the high section or the middle section. And here is a low punch aiming for the middle section or the high section. So avoid using the word section when describing high, middle and low attacks. For example, if you're doing a high punch, avoid calling it a high section punch because it's not necessary that you're aiming for the high section. But if you are, you can call it a high punch to the high section. But it's still a high punch, not a high section punch. Why do we label some of our attacks as high, middle and low? Well, this is to help you when you're performing on your own. For example, when you're doing fundamental movements or patterns. You haven't got an opponent, so you're given specific targets to aim for so that you can get the correct height of the technique. If you do have an opponent, for example, when you're doing 3-step sparring or 2-step sparring, you can focus on aiming for the vital spots and not be concerned with whether your attack is at eye level, shoulder level or umbilicus level. Well, I hope you found this video helpful to you. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and there are more links to my videos on my website.